You are literally in a full circle moment right now. And this is so cool. This is the opportunity that you have been waiting for. And it did not come in the way that you expected it to. I feel like you are just now realizing why you were put on pause. And there was no one really putting you on pause but yourself, because you were giving your power away to situations and to people and just all of these new things that you did not need to go down those rabbit holes. For me personally, and I feel like for a lot of you watching, potentially, this could have to do with your spiritual awakening, how you have been interacting with spirituality, with tarot, with guides, with healers, even with church, however you define spirituality for you. And if you're like me, you came into this awakening, to this connection to the divine, to the things that seemed a little supernatural, or just like you were receiving information that you have never received before from these things, from this information in your own body, deepening your connection with your intuition. I feel like that was your spiritual awakening the first time around, or recent past. And now there's this place where you're able to ground that into, how to kind of work here on the physical plane. So you're having a full circle moment. You're coming back to something that maybe you sabotaged your way out of, or you were giving your power away in a certain situation. Say it's a relationship, say it's a job, something that felt right and still feels right, but it's like a part of you could not really align with meshing your energy with that, because there were some things that you had to shed. I feel like for a lot of you, what you had to shed was certain vices that you had that were comforting you. Now, this can be anything. Anything can be an addiction where, a habit of yours is taking over your routine, your thoughts. When am I going to be able to do this thing today? When am I going to be able to talk to this person today? When am I going to be able to get back to that feeling again today? Not today? Okay, when next? I'm living for that. When anything starts to take over your mind that much, it is an addiction. So you had to heal from certain addictions. And this could be lack mindset. This could literally be anything. Okay? Pay attention. This is where paying attention to your own thoughts as much as you possibly can when it's comfortable, when you start to pick up on these things, you notice how often it is that you are feeding into those thoughts. Anyway, so you had to release some things, and to be able to comfortably allow this into your nervous system. And I feel like you've done that, and now you are back at point A. But this time, it's bigger. I'm not sure if you understand yet that this timeline is different for you, even though you may feel like, oh, I'm back to this thing, I'm back to square one, it's a full circle moment. It's still bigger than this. Because yes, you were able to attract this same opportunity into your life back then when you still needed to unshed certain things because your threshold was not able to take in as much peace and joy and just whatever it is for you, okay? You have more space for that now. And the reason that it's bigger, well, let me rephrase that, okay? It's bigger this time because you've cleared up space for more, okay? So it's going to come with that, which I feel like you already felt like was a part of your higher timeline, but it's like you couldn't really grasp it. Imposter syndrome is what's coming up big time for this. So this is hence the self-sabotage, you know? So now that you've unshed that and you're ready to come back, it's like you're ready to welcome in even more because it's like, yes, it's more comfortable. It's normal. Yeah, obviously I'm worthy of that. Obviously I get to have this. Yeah. And compared to before, it was like, oh my God, yes. Like, okay, yes, I know I'm good at, being with this person or being in this relationship or, ooh, I didn't mean to say that, but that could be very significant for someone. Being at this job, being at this church, whatever it is for you. Yes, I feel like I'm ready for it. And it's like, I'm so grateful to have it. And, it's still above me. On some level, I'm still putting it on a pedestal because I'm not seeing my power. This has been coming up so strongly. Now I'm about to get a little fiery because I'm fed up. I'm fed up with everyone. You, me, your mom, your dad, everybody, okay? Okay, I'm fed up with people not practicing clear communication and being able to own what it is that they say and the decisions that they make or want to make. This is for people who are getting very comfortable being themselves. You're getting real cuddly, real snuggly with embracing every part of you. For some of you, it's your sexuality. It's expanding more than you thought it would. How do I say this? See, I'm getting a little nervous. No, I'm not going to be nervous. It's where it's like your sexuality could be a lot deeper than you were allowing it to go. Now, if that doesn't resonate, don't force it. But it could be what you feel like your life purpose is. Your mission is a lot deeper than what it is that you're doing now. And you realizing that you have to pivot even though you're so comfortable where you're at right now. Do I want to pull tarot cards? We're at 10 minutes. Okay, we can do a little quickie. So I forgot that I had my book here. Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. This is available on Amazon. This isn't my book. I did not write this, but I had a feeling I would want to get a message from here. And I just happened to turn on page 229. Okay? 229. And this caught my attention, this part right here. But I encourage you to look up alchemical meditation. But I'm just going to read like a little tiny snippet. I haven't read it yet. It called to me, so we're going to see what it says. Okay. Tread carefully. Don't confuse alchemical meditation with other meditative or relaxation techniques. Alchemical meditations are about harnessing spiritual forces for transformation and manifestation. Alchemical meditation is also different from other forms of meditation because it is an active instead of a passive activity, okay? Alchemical meditation seeks to actually work with the transcendental powers, and the object is not always just to relax the mind. Wait, okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to. Okay, I will read this whole thing and like summarize it because now I feel like I have to share the rest of this before I go, and that's going to be the message for today. Okay, so I'm going to summarize this as best I can, but I encourage you to do your own research. Okay, so the alchemical meditation consists of 3 different accomplishments, basically. And these accomplishments relate to the levels of reality, so physical, mental, and spiritual. And the first kind of meditation, one of 3, lunar meditation. This is what I imagine that most of us imagine meditation to be. This sitting in darkness, you know, trying to allow your thoughts to kind of pass as much as possible, not really getting much involved, but kind of letting whatever needs to come up, and connecting with more dormant things and the subconscious, okay? So that's lunar. Then we have solar meditation. Now, this is what I consider to be like affirmations, ask-formations, scripting, whatever things that you're using to kind of like rewire your subconscious. So let's see. It says during solar meditation, we attempt to break the shackles of ego. Oh my God, sorry guys. And control and cultural controls to seek higher consciousness. So basically, unshedding, right? Unshedding limiting beliefs and attuning to a timeline that's more suited for you, that you're like, oh my God, like, what is this? I want to live here, not there anymore. So let's make that happen. Okay. What else? Yes, this is the unshedding. And then stellar meditation. This is very important for this collective. We're going to wrap this up after I'm done speaking about this. Stellar meditation. This requires merging lunar and solar. What does that mean? That means merging your divine feminine with your divine masculine, because you have unshed so much where you are able to more easily be able to, how do I say this? Allow the energies to make love in your body and express themselves through you. Does that make sense? If you're watching up until this point, you are very lucky. This is gold. Okay, so let's see. By retrieving the sparks of light trapped in our bodies and uniting them with the light of consciousness, freed from egotistical control. Ooh, okay, that's deep, because basically when you're doing solar meditation, when you are actively changing your mind, stretching your brain, you are creating this opportunity to suck your power back into your being and use it as power, not as fear or anxiety or whatever the hell you're using it for. We create a brilliant beacon to the universe, okay? And this is the key point. So at this level where you are able to get to the one mind, this is what they call it in this book. I've heard it be called source or 0 point or the void, whatever, womb energy. This is the point where you are able to have Hermes speak directly to you. So, Thoth, Hermes, I do feel like, I could be wrong, but intuitively, I do feel like this is where you're able to connect to whoever you need to connect to. Okay? Whoever you need to connect to, whether that you call them God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever energies that are able to connect with you. I'll just say that you're allowing in. Of course, this is all from of the highest timeline possible, because there is no fear, there is no anxiety, none of these lower level ideas or consciousness in that state. So there's nothing to fear, but it's, in my opinion, whatever you connect deepest to, because that is your magic. All right, you guys. I love that. We didn't even need the cards. So that's a sign for you that your power is growing. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to connect with me, leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. You can donate to this channel, and of course you can subscribe, because that's the easiest. And I would really appreciate that, so I can go live on this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.